You're listening to Radio Corvus, the station for good tunes and galactic news, and the best music from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. This is Radio Corvus.
Hello everybody, once again you're tuned into Radio Corvus, the station for good tunes and galactic news. Today is December 24th, 3300, and I am your host, Commander Max Kapahala, along with my artificial intelligence assistant Eve.
Greetings everyone.
Currently stationed 22 megameters from Azaban City. Today, Commander Super Navian won't be joining us, as they are out doing a report on the current slave rebellion in Sorbago, but expect him to be back in the next airing as long as all things go well with the Empire. The Empire has been known to get a little bit grabby when it comes to outside sources. Nonetheless, Christmas is around the corner, so make sure you stay tuned into Radio Corvus for a few Christmas jingles. And speaking of jingles and jangles, let's get this episode started with Jingle 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 by Kay Kaiser.
Yippee-yay, there'll be no wedding bells for today. I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle,
Jingle jangle,
as I go riding merrily along.
jingle jangle,
And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single?
jingle jangle,
And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
jingle jangle.
Oh, Lily Bell,
Oh, Lily Bell,
oh, Lily Bell,
oh, Lily Bell.
though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell. 'Cause I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle,
Jingle jangle,
as I go riding merrily along.
jingle jangle,
And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single?
jingle jangle,
And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
jingle jangle.
Got spurs that jingle, jingle,
I got spurs
jingle,
that jingle, jangle,
as I go
jingle,
riding merrily
as I go
along.
riding merrily
And they
along.
sing, oh, ain't you glad
And
you're
they sing,
single?
oh, ain't you glad that
And
you're
that song
single?
ain't so very far
And
from
that
wrong.
song ain't so very far from wrong.
Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell.
that I never
got spurs that jingle,
I
jangle,
got
jingle,
spurs that jingle,
as I
jangle,
go
jingle,
riding merrily
as I
along.
go riding merrily
And they
along.
sing, oh, ain't you glad
And
you're
they
single?
sing, no, ain't you glad
And
that you're
that song
single?
ain't so very far
And
from
that
wrong.
song ain't so very far from wrong.
And you're back with Radio Corvus, the station for good tunes and galactic news. A series of wild rumors are emerging yet again, this time from Federation space, regarding the sighting of yet another Thargoid fleet. Two courier pilots traveling from Jarnay to Wolf 896 each claim to have independently fought and destroyed a single alien mothership with a host of attendant Thargons. Both commanders returned without cargo and badly damaged ships and created a great deal of local interest. Fleets of entrepreneurial pilots flew directly to the area intent on scavenging alien items from the wreckage, but so far have recovered nothing. Research performed in our offices suggests that the two couriers may well be the same pair who reported a sighting in the region of Gun a decade ago, and who subsequently made a significant fortune from the sale of fake alien technology. Investors are warned to ensure validation of any items they procure prior to sale. Was this a true story or just a clever marketing scheme? Next song, Bob Crosby and the Bobcats with Way Back Home.
The roads are the dustiest, the winds are the gustiest, the gates are the rustiest, the pies are the crustiest, the songs the lustiest, the friends the trustiest. Way back home, back home. The trees are the sappiest, the days are the nappiest, the dogs are the yappiest, the kids are the scrappiest, the jokes the snappiest, the folks the happiest. Way back home. Don't know why I left the homestead, I really must confess. I'm a weary exile, singing my song of loneliness. The grass is the springiest, the bees are the stingiest, the birds are the wingiest, the bells are the ringiest, the heart's the singiest, the arms the clingiest. Way back home. What about the sun? The sun's the blaziest, and the fields the daisiest, and the cows the graziest, and the help's the laziest, the boys are the wittiest, the girls are the prettiest. Way back home. The pigs are the snootiest, the owls are the hootiest, the plants the fruitiest, stars the shootiest, the grin's the funniest, the smile's the sunniest. Way back home. Don't know why I left the homestead, I really must confess. I'm a weary exile, singing my song of loneliness. The food is the spreadiest, the wine is the headiest, the pals are the readiest, the gals are the steadiest, the love the liveliest, the life the loveliest. Way back, way back, way back home. No place like home, sweet home.
You're listening to Radio Corvus, the station for good tunes and galactic news, and the best music from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. This is Radio Corvus.
Federal ballet lovers bowed their heads in mourning this week after the news filtered through from Lakai Prospect of LHS 3262 of the fatal accident sustained by celebrated hover ballerina Signora Mia Felicita. Reports suggest that as a result of gyrophonic failure, the airbanks used to support the dancer's weight proved too insubstantial, and Signora Felicita, only 3 hours into her first performance, plummeted to her death into the audience below. Sadly, it is understood that 3 members of the audience were also killed in this tragedy, since the Signora's costume was of great size and heavily sewn with accumium crystals designed to catch and reflect the light. Amongst the dead, coincidentally, was included Mr. Duke Mastopoulos of Mastopoulos Mining Incorporated, Signora Felicita's former patron and the organizer of the performance. Radio Corvus would like to extend its condolences to the dancer's family and also to all ballet lovers throughout the systems. We would also like to pay homage to Signora Felicita by playing the same song she was performing to just before the fatal accident. This is Concerto 2 for Violins by Bach. Commander Klika and Commander Nick Cap, two lawyers who thought they'd come up with the perfect advertising dodge, were yesterday sentenced to 10 years hard labor at the Ponte High Court. The scheme invented by the two commanders involved infiltrating messages advertising their services into the private and public mailboxes of the Independent Bulletin Board trading system. The message was relayed via the Interstellar Subspace Communications Network to an estimated 9,000 systems and consumed approximately 4% of all available transmission bandwidth over a period of several weeks.
That explains my connection errors to the database recently.
They will both serve their sentence on Ponte 8, where temperatures can drop as low as 198 degrees centigrade at night, and the local parasites have adapted admirably to human hosts. Radio Corvus would like to join with all those subscribers whose streams of Radio Corvus were notified late as a result of Commander Klika and Commander's Nick Cap's little pranks, and wishing the lawyers a very pleasant stay in their new home. Stay tuned to hear about it that was discovered in space. Speaking of chili, here's the wintertime hit, Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Frank Sinatra and Cyndi Lauper.
You better watch out. You better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
He's making a list, checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
Really?
He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good, for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry, better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Say you better watch out, you better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and he's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's been naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good, for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry, you better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
They've just found a spaceship out by Tau City, and guess what it's filled with? Corpsicles. These guys sat in a hot room until they shriveled up. Pop them in a freezer and they'll last forever. Freeze-dried people. Just add water like a pot noodle. Doesn't seem like much fun to us. I mean, they've been frozen for thousands of years. Now, what sort of fashion sense are they going to have when they get out? They'll be a right lot of beanheads. It'll be kibritized in 30-inch flares with platform soles. Still, maybe they'll all get jobs running fashion museums. Also, don't forget to make sure you let us know your favorite songs from each airing so you can hear them again. Last episode, one of our most re-requested songs was Sing 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 by Benny Goodman, so here it is.
You're listening to Radio Corvus, the station for good tunes and galactic news, and the best music from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. This is Radio Corvus.
Here's a story sent to us by one of our lovely listeners, SEG. She was in tears when she told the rare ordeal in the Imperial Palace. Harry was so sweet to me. Like when we were swanning around the Federation, he gave me this planet and everything. But then he went to that Institute place in Empire Space and everything changed. Crown Prince Harry grew hair on his head and then everywhere. His feet changed until he could hold a banana with his toes. It was kind of fun at first, sobbed Essie, but in the end, all he wanted to do was really crazy things like, chandeliers and all that. I had to flee for my life. I mean, I didn't have the grip he had with his 4 hands and all. Never mind, Essie. Us here at Radio Corvus still love you. You're the light of our lives and no one else can hold a candle to you. Thanks for tuning in. Now, here are some recent personal ads forwarded to us.
Personal ads. Wickedly attractive magic wielder, seeks fighter to storm the strongholds of the universes. Body hollows needed. Assassin with warped sense of humor seeks partner to plot with. If you always thought cloak and dagger work was inspiring, this is your big chance. Tell me your ideal target and we'll see what we have in common. Very few messages answered. Alright. Outdoor enthusiast with amazing range of walking gear, seeks trekking companion for expedition. If you can walk all day, and sleep innocent all night, without whining, this could be the trip, and I could be the being for you.
Recently we received a transmission from Saul. Turns out it was a transmission from an Earth band named Pack Animals. We are amazed by their modern style music, so we thought we would share it with you all today. Here is Pack Animals with Stowaway. parents of Commander Uberfalcon thought they had the perfect birthday surprise for their friend when they ordered a Thargogram to help him celebrate his 35th birthday. Unfortunately, Commander Demerixy was new at the job, and while wearing his Thargoid suit, wandered the halls of the Fourmi de Lier Arcology on All-In Enterprise for over an hour before finding the residence. In the meantime, alerted neighbors had called the police, so that when the Thargoid costume commander burst into the apartment with a shot of "Happy Anniversary, Human Scum," he was met with a volley of laser fire. "Next time, I'll knock first and say who I am," said Demerixy from his bed in the serious burns unit at All-In Hospital. Before we cut to our next song, here is a quick cocktail recipe for you all to try yourselves. This is for the reactionary action. Per glass, add 6 ice cubes, 3 drops of Hydri bitters.
Actually, you need to add 3.491.
Eve, it's okay. We'll stick to basic measurements here.
204875.
Okay. 2 parts anarchial gin, 2 parts sunfruit liquor, 1 part sour fruit juice, plus a slice of fruit, and place ice cubes in the shaker. Agitate vigorously and strain and serve. Now here's a classy song to listen to while you enjoy your drink. Here is Charlie Sandman with "It Is Such a Good Night."
It is such a good night to kiss. It is such a good night to dance. It is such a good night to Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doo, Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doo, Scooby-Doo-Doo, love. It is such a good night to kiss. It is such a good night to dance. It is such a good night to Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doo, Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doo, Scooby-Doo-Doo, love. It is such a good night to kiss. It is such a good night to dance. It is such a good night to Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doo, Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doo, Scooby-Doo-Doo, love. It is such a good night to kiss. It is such a good night to dance. It is such a good night to Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doo, Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doo, Scooby-Doo-Doo, love.
Officials of the Independent Center for Disease Control criticized the Federation authorities of Meridol yesterday for failing to observe standard procedures for handling an outbreak of a Severity 9 infectious disease. Standard practice requires that all ICDC be informed within 12 hours of the first reported case of any disease classified as Severity 7 or above, but reports of an outbreak of Sahelian fever on Vandenberg Port did not reach the ICDC for nearly 3 days, by which time Federation medics had already been sent in. If you have traveled to the port within the last week, report to your nearest treatment-capable system and notify the docking tower of your situation before landing. Eve, please recite the infected docking procedures for the commanders.
After docking, do not open or exit your ship. Stay seated in the piloting cabin, and wait for your ship to be boarded by medical aids.
Thanks, Eve. And remember, infections this severe are no joke. A Severity 9 infection to the right station, planet, or ship could wipe everyone out. Now for a quick music break, we'll now be playing Roundhouse Rock by Burt Wheaton.
You're listening to Radio Corvus, the station for good tunes and galactic news, and the best music from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. This is Radio Corvus.
Commander Jack Walker had a nasty shock when she came home unexpectedly from her work as a gene sorter at Helix Industries. She found husband Gene Rossum in bed with a mains adapter. The cheating mechanoid admitted that he had lied to her. Despite his human appearance, Rossum was actually a robot, built over 100 years ago by Woolstone Craft Industries of Zindok. "I've never suspected a thing," sobbed Commander Jack Walker afterwards, "although I did think it was strange that he slipped into a coma on our honeymoon and spent the rest of the week huddled up to the shaver socket in the bathroom. I did it for love," confessed Rossum. "Human females have an attraction for me that my own can never have." "I still love him," admitted Commander Walker, "but I can't live with him now that I know his secret."
Hey Commander, maybe I could go on a date with Rossum?
"You don't even have a body. And speaking of secrets, for our next song we have Secret Agent Man by Blues Traveler."
There's a man who leads a life of danger. To everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. Oh, with every move he makes, but no chance he takes, odds are he won't live to see tomorrow.
Welcome back to Radio Corvus, the one-stop shop for good tunes and galactic news. And in recent news, Commander Joe Tillerton, whose private navigator school Tillstar is based on Acanthi, has reported the theft of his Cobra Mark III while visiting Trojan Eta Cassiopea. What causes alarm amongst law officers from Ashinar through to the outer edge is that the thief's identity has been confirmed as Clavadia Malin, the Empire renegade and pirate whose sensational escape from Grant's claimed prison colony was reported several months ago. Tillerton asserts that he spotted Malin and an accomplice hanging around the repair depot at Hector Spaceport, and while alerting security to their presence, accidentally left his craft inadequately sealed. A working mechanic then deposes that he saw the loiterers enter the cruiser and abduct it. Members of the local Imperial Guard detachment have been invited to join in the investigation into these events. In other galaxy news, Commander Thornbarrows of the Imperial Guard was last month awarded the Platinum Medallion for his part in the arrest and subsequent conviction of 2 black market slave dealers who have apparently been trading out of the surrounding system of Sorbago without acknowledging trade tariffs for the past 2 years. Both admitted freely to their crimes and conceded that they had been strongly influenced by Federalist propaganda. The pair accepted their sentence and will gratefully serve the Emperor for life in the slave mines of Sorbago A1. The list of contacts is being studied by the investigators of the Imperial Guard, and a list of ship commanders who have traded with the pair will be forwarded to all stations in order that appropriate measures may be taken. Citizens are reminded of their duty to maintain the Emperor's laws for the benefit of all who live under his beneficence. For a quick break, we will be advertising some more personal ads relayed to us for our broadcast, and afterwards we will have a song. Here are some more personal ads.
Loyal, passionate reporter for intergalactic media, craves unconditional love and affection from the right person. All mail is answered with a hologram. Long-term companion sought by a human. Fed up of serial STRs. Anything will do if prepared to consider longevity of relationship. Me, attractive, lively, skiing freak. You, similar. Hologram and meal number by return. Sun and Sun, bring your ultra block, your coolest shades, and your most interesting leisure wear for a cycle, or 2, on a mystery sunspot. Humans preferred. Lively, positive, balanced, personality sought by a human, who's fed up with the endless rounds of negative intimacy. Join me in the experiment of life, no boundaries, no hang-ups.
See that? All people don't want to watch the world burn, they're just looking for someone to love. Speaking of burning in love, here is I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire by the Ink Spots.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
I don't want to set the world on fire, honey. I love you too much. I just want to start a great big flame down in your heart. You see, way down inside of me, Darling, I have only one desire, and that one desire is you. And I know nobody else ain't gonna do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just wanna be the one you love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
You're listening to Radio Corvus, the station for good tunes and galactic news, and the best music from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. This is Radio Corvus.
Commander Valdez, speaker for the banned emancipation movement at Gavanchi Orbital on LHS 1380, died yesterday in the hospital, despite the efforts of top Imperial surgeons who had fought tirelessly to save him. The cause of death was apparently a rare disease which manifested itself while Valdez was meeting with Imperial officials at police headquarters to discuss the status of his organization. A hospital spokesperson praised quick-thinking police officials who sealed off the building to avoid any risk of contamination before rushing Valdez to the hospital. Happily, tests quickly confirmed that the disease was not contagious, and none of the officers who had been talking to the victim when he fell ill had been exposed to any risk of infection. Sarah, the deceased wife's life companion, yesterday publicly thanked those involved for their efforts to save her partner's life, which was described as a shining example of the generosity and justice with which the servants of the Empire treat even those whose political misconceptions place them outside the mainstream of Imperial society, adding that his purpose in voluntarily visiting police headquarters had been to clarify some remarks that were made earlier, which might have been misinterpreted as being critical of Imperial policy. Now for the last song of today's airing, here is Butcher Pete by Roy Brown.
Hey everybody, did the news get around about a guy named Butcher Pete? Old Pete just flew into this town and he's chopping up all the women's meat.
He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He just hack, whack, chopping that meat.
Butcher Pete's got a long, sharp knife. He starts chopping and don't know when to stop. All you fellas better watch your wives, 'cause Pete don't care whose meat he chops.
He keeps hacking and whacking and smacking. He keeps hacking and whacking and smacking. He keeps hacking and whacking and smacking.
Hey, now.
Hack, whack, chopping that meat.
Ever since Pete flew into town, he's been having a ball. Just cutting and chopping for miles around. Single women, married women, old maids and all.
He's hacking and whacking and smacking.
Oh, Pete!
Hacking and whacking
He
and smacking.
loves that meat.
Hacking and whacking and smacking. He just hack, whack, chopping that meat.
Wakes up in the morning, 5:30. Chops from sunrise to sunset. I don't see how he stays alive. Meat's gonna be the death of old Pete yet.
He keeps hacking and whacking and smacking. He keeps hacking and whacking and smacking. He keeps hacking and whacking and smacking. He just hack, whack, chopping that meat.
The police put Pete in jail. Yes, he finally met his fate. But when they came to pay his bail, they found him chopping on his cellmate.
He keeps hacking and whacking and smacking.
Hey, no.
He keeps hacking and whacking and smacking. Just hack, whack, chopping that meat.
That's Butcher Pete is the bravest man. Tried to chop down the wind in the rain. Just hacks on anything he can get. Say, turn this record over. You ain't heard nothing yet. Well, they let old Pete out of jail. He went back to his store. All the women who read his mail were waiting on Pete to chop some more. Keep hacking and whacking and smacking. Keep hacking and whacking and smacking. Keep hacking and whacking and smacking. You just hack, whack, chopping at me. There's an old woman who's 92, lives down the street. She said one thing more I want to do. Find old Pete and let him chop my meat. Keep hacking and whacking and smacking. You keep hacking and whacking and smacking. You keep hacking and whacking and smacking. You just hack, whack. Hey, no! Pete went to church one Sunday night. He gave the preacher a fit. That crazy Pete started a fight when he went hacking on the pulpit. He keep hacking and whacking and smacking. He keep hacking and whacking and smacking. He keep hacking and whacking and smacking. He just hack, whack, chopping at me. Well, they put him in jail again. They tried to give him life. Pete beat the case. He pleaded innocent. They gave him back his same old knife. He keep hacking and whacking and smacking. He keep hacking and whacking and smacking. He keep hacking and whacking and smacking. He keep hack, whack, chopping at me. Well, he got out of jail on Sunday night. Monday he packed his grip. He started to China to see the sights. Went nuts again and chopped up the ship. Keep hacking and whacking and smacking. Keep hacking and whacking and smacking. Keep hacking and whacking and smacking. Hack, whack, chopping at me. Brought old Pete back to town to electrocute him there. But Pete's crazy, like a clown, chopped down that electric chair. He keep hacking and whacking and smacking. He's a maniac. Hacking and whacking and smacking. Don't do nothing but hack. Keep hacking and whacking and smacking. He just hack, whack, chopping at me.
I've been your host, Max Capahala, along with our artificial intelligence assistant Eve.
See you next time.
Don't forget to give us feedback as it is much appreciated. Also make sure you tell us your favorite songs from this airing and previous ones so you can hear the songs in the future. Make sure you turn back into Radio Corvus next time, the station for good tunes and galactic news. So long, folks.